This is the Drive Time
Podcast.
I'm Parker Brown.
I am Alfred Barnes.
And we are sleepy. We are tired.
We are, but
There's
here's
no
the deal. Here's the deal.
Sugarcoating it, Al.
We can't coat it in sugar.
You said pretend like we aren't tired. There's no sugarcoating.
We can't sugarcoat it for the people at home. We are sleepy. All right, we've had a day.
We're sleepy boys.
We've had a show. We've had a night out supporting.
Being
allies.
Being gay.
Well,
we went to the Pride after party at a place in rural Pennsylvania.
Now, I feel like we are. Do you think our allyship is lessened or enhanced by the fact that we only went to the after party?
I think it's enhanced. I mean,
really?
We supported a group of people that has been downtrodden.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Bartenders.
Unironically, yes. But also, what we did is I think that was both of our first drag shows.
That was.
Ever. And
there was a confusing moment in it because there was a biological, born a woman, I don't know, a cisgendered woman. Who was in drag as a woman. Which doesn't feel like anything to me.
That feels like that's the one rule is you have to
swap.
You have to swap.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole thing?
That was my understanding of.
If not, this isn't a red light, by the way.
Oh, it did feel like a red light though with the crosswalk.
I thought that was the one rule. We aren't experts at drag.
No,
we've
never claimed to be.
Yes. We're not whatever you would call it, but
drag aficionados.
What's your impression of the drag show? Because I thought it honestly, like, I'm not gonna say it was my cup of tea, like, but I don't hate it either. You know what I mean?
I thought they were gonna slay a little harder.
They didn't. They weren't.
They
very
didn't.
slaying.
And a comedian that we know.
There was one that was good.
Yes. The I'm gonna say the third, the one that had the borderline, doll and Rugrats hairstyle.
I like it.
The Beetlejuice adjacent spunk of of her. We'll say her hair. I never know the pronouns with drag.
It's a tricky one
because drag is not trans.
I think when you're talking about them, when they are in drag, it's her.
Okay, so her,
because they're a queen.
She was killing, she was. And now maybe we came a little late in the day.
We came a little late,
but I
didn't come at all.
No, neither of us came, which is disappointing. But I did not hear a lot of the music of the people that I thought were the gay icons.
I
didn't hear your.
Let me ask you. This is the real question I'm trying to get to. It's a big conservative talking point right now.
Okay.
They're indoctrinating the kids with the trans shows. Do you think that would be indoctrinating a child?
What?
Seeing
a drag show?
Seeing a drag show?
No.
I don't think so either.
Because I think I
thought it was more lame than anything, to be honest with you. That's probably the worst thing
I just think it's because we went to a drag show in Hanover, Pennsylvania.
We also went to the after party.
It's like comedians performing comedians performing on cruise ships or singers performing in Vegas. It's not necessarily where you go when things have been going great.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But I don't think that was like, I don't think like a kid would see that and be like, I'm trans now.
I feel like here's what I'll say. I feel like drag shows are the equivalent of like kids in the 1980s playing D&D.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Like people are like, oh, like it's like with D&D they were like, oh, they're worshiping the devil. No, they're doing math.
Yeah.
With drag, it's like, oh, they're trans or gay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, no, they're doing some fucking splotchy ass makeup and learning how to tuck. Like it's not.
The makeup was not very good.
No,
we are also being just completely catty bitches.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
are being catty bitches.
We're just like,
it's part of the culture.
The foundation on that one chick.
Bitch don't know how to contour.
But that was my first drag show, and there was some very small sexual element to it, and the tipping does make it seem like strippers. But I wouldn't dude, if there was I wouldn't think a 10-year-old would be out of place at a drag show. In the same way that if you I don't even think it's as bad as I think raunchy comedy is worse than that.
Yeah, and I'm hesitant to make this comparison.
Okay.
But you see, you go to a magic show or a circus and you see somebody with their face painted.
Oh, fuck. Can I make a really bad joke?
Yes, I'd love that.
A magic show, at least you kind of think it's real, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas a drag show, you're like...
That is a bad joke, but I like it. It's fun. No, I mean, I don't know. It was... Well, also, we weren't there for the drag show. We were there for the after drag show.
Yes.
It was made clear to us that it had ended, and these were just some people who were in it for the love of the game.
And listen, I'll just be honest with you, too.
Be honest with the people.
There was one chick there, her, that had very skinny legs and not that wide of hips, but just packed a dump truck ass. You remember? You know the chick?
I know the one you're talking about.
A little chubbier male. You know, I don't even fucking know the terminology, but
yeah, here's the deal. But
I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could just like not have an ass and just like basically just stuff your clothes with there is like a stripping element to it, but I feel like it's very not.
It's stripping
sexual. It's not the same as like a strip club.
Yeah, they're not removing clothes generally.
Yeah, well, they're also not like they're removing clothes to be like body, but not to be like actually and like sexually enticing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's more saying like I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, no one's like they're like, oh fuck, I gotta go jerk off. Well, maybe some people are.
Well.
I don't know, dude. This is such a minefield.
Yeah, that's what we chose to start.
And it shouldn't be. We're red-blooded American males talking about our experiences.
That's a rough way to start anything.
Well,
listen, brother. I'm a red-blooded American male.
Listen,
followed by nothing positive.
Listen, I'll say what we're all thinking. I'm a white guy, a straight white guy.
Couldn't do that in a small town.
I'm supposed to have the most privilege, right? Shouldn't that mean the most privilege about how I talk about drag shows? All right, I don't want to go.
No,
on this
I'm sorry to leave you hanging. I was yawning. I was mid-yawn. Like we said, we're very tired.
But it did just like absolutely. But here's my thing. I think we should be able to talk about drag shows. We're being supportive. I don't think it's my cup of. Well, this again, like I think you're kind of right. I think the Hanover, Pennsylvania drag show is maybe not the best one ever.
Not the cream of the crop.
But like if I also if like people were like, we're going to a drag show tonight, and I was hanging out with my friends, I'd be like, all right, let's I wouldn't be opposed to it either. You know what I mean? If that's the entertainment, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, entertainment is entertainment.
You know,
and it's like going to the casino. You know you're going to lose money, but you're having fun. It's the same thing with drag shows.
And again, I'll say my biggest gripe with a drag show, which we already talked about,
was the symmetrical breasts.
Well, it's that they're all taller than me.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't like. It ruins
honestly
the
same,
fantasy.
And I'm the taller of the pod.
It ruins I don't like that they're all taller than me.
Yeah.
That makes them a threat. And then I go into kind of self-defense mode.
Parker gets borderline feral.
I go into self-defense mode whenever I encounter.
Damn, dude, the Sensation Strip Club is popping right now.
Dude, we should fucking go to Sensations and be like, you guys are worse than the drag show we just saw.
Well, that's the one I talked about a couple podcasts
ago.
Yeah, it was that very spot.
Do they show vagina in Pennsylvania?
When I was there, I did not spot any vagina.
So that was my biggest cultural thing is I believe in Las Vegas they also don't show vagina.
Well, there's one strip club in Vegas apparently that does show vagina.
Well, I went to one in Baltimore the other day. I did not have a good time. I'm not a fan of strip clubs for a variety of reasons. One, I don't have enough money to have a good time. And two, I think it's weird to...
Parker's a foot guy. They always wear shoes.
No, they sexually take off. But they're just showing their vaginas, and I'm just like, wow, I'm really not sexually attracted to a vagina at all. Like, that is not the part that, like, turns me on.
No, and we discussed this before. Sometimes the mystery is the appeal.
The mystery is the appeal. And...
Whoa.
Did he flash his lights?
He did. Fortunately, the person in front of us is going 3 miles an hour, so I think we're okay.
So I think we're good. But I'll say this.
Say it.
They had there was not anything unaesthetically pleasing about their vaginas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they also like
the average amount of flaps.
I just don't. Maybe this is a gay guy thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm gay. Maybe I'm pride.
A lot of gay.
I've never seen a vagina go, oh, I gotta fuck that.
Yeah.
I see like you can show like a nice pair of tits or like a huge ass, and I'm like, wowza.
Yeah, dude, but I'm the same way. I never seen
a vagina and be like, oh my, I gotta get inside that.
Listen. Singing from the same hymn book as those, singing from the same vulva, as they say. I
like that. The book of vulva.
Singing from the same vulva.
And then when mine eyes met thou,
flipping through the flaps.
Met thou lips and put mine lips upon thou.
No, like, look, I feel like I've seen an ugly vagina, but I'd say you're.
But that is also not like a deal breaker at all.
No, you're still.
You can have the ugliest vagina ever.
You're still dipping in that fun.
It's everything else that matters.
Yeah, because generally, in my experience, that's not what you're necessarily looking at.
You're not looking at that.
Because if you, I mean, at least if you're an individual with me or Parker's build, if you look down, the gut's covering up the vagina.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're leaning
100%.
back or spreading cheek. So I say generally.
I bet guys with like 6-pack abs care way more about that than we do.
Yeah, but they're also seeing the sweat glistening off their rock hard ass.
Yeah, that probably they're distracted.
They probably come faster. See, chubby guys come slower. Science.
We do. It also, because we have high blood pressure, it takes longer for the.
That's true. The blood. I come before I get hard. But
dude, coming soft is hilarious.
Dude, you're gonna make me. Oh no, that's a come down bit. But the Ray Romano come down bit. If you guys get a chance to check that out, but you're gonna don't make me come soft.
We should just turn this into a repeating come down bit podcast.
Yeah, well, I feel like
we're already pretty close.
Yeah.
We're doing like Seinfeld voice and shit, and I'm pretty sure most of my impressions are literally just trying to do Nick Mullen doing whatever he's doing.
But yeah, and most guys don't focus on the vagina too heavily. And even if you're going down on a girl, your nose generally, at least in my case, because I've got quite a schnoz on me, obstructs the view of the flaps from your eyes.
Oh, you can't see anything when you're going down on a chick.
Yeah, so it's
like being cross. It's like trying to look at your finger right like in between your eyes. Dude.
Yeah. So I don't think most guys are.
It's more of a feel thing.
Yeah, guys aren't fixating on vaginas.
What do you think about the one thing I've never gotten, and I'm not trying to say I'm good at. I'm not trying to say I'm like some sex god, but like they're legitimate like posts and like men's health articles about guys not being able to find the clitoris, and I'm like, I have never.
Yeah.
Have you ever like? There have been times where like you don't feel it very much.
I mean,
but you know where it should be.
Yeah.
You know.
In my experience, you just find the balls and go north. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
No,
it's at least a bump.
It's at the top.
Yeah,
you can feel where the top is.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. You know.
I never trust a pig because a pig is a cop. Better yet, I'm Terminator.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Trying to play me out like if you boys swagger, I ain't going out like no punk bitch.
Yeah, no, you generally just kind of navigate until you hit a little speed bump, and that's it.
There is like there's a huge variance in clitoris size though. That is true. There are chicks with like larger clits.
There's a girl in my high school.
Clits,
there's a girl in my high school where because they get hard. The clits get hard. So if it's above a certain size, you basically have a dick. No, that's true. There's a girl in my high school.
No, you can't have that big of a clit. That's not a thing.
No, bro. You look up like an elongated clit is the technical term.
I think that's the last thing I would ever want to look up in my entire life.
Well,
are you into that?
I'm not into it, but I'm aware of it.
That is like literally like, oh, I ate poison. Let me throw up real quick.
Yeah.
Let me Google elongated clit.
No, well, the only reason I ever heard tell of it was because there's a girl in my high school who's rumored to have one. I don't know if this is true, but she's out there.
All of those are false rumors, though.
Could be, but based off the Google, it seems like there's some validity.
So I'll tell you one high school story, okay?
Okay.
There was this chick in high school.
Buckle up, kids.
That was a little bit chubby and had gigantic tits.
Okay, so you're talking about the girl who had the elongated clit at my high school.
Hold on, but this is the thing. Every guy pretended like she wasn't hot, like she was too fat to be hot. I'm like, she's not that fat. She's like a tiny bit chubby. And she had gigantic tits. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? I always felt that way. like, I don't know if you remember in high school, people would talk about chicks, and they say a chick isn't hot, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
That's why they called him Parker Low Bar Brown.
Maybe it is. Maybe I do have an incredibly low bar. But I also heard, all these guys would talk. She was a little bit of a floozy, as you would say. And so multiple guys, and she would like send, she was a floozy. She would send like dudes nudes.
That is one of the options.
Like all the time. Like even if you weren't fucking her. I remember like one of my biggest regrets is I didn't know how to take like a dick pic. You know, I sent her a picture. This is back when I was like, are you rocking and attractive.
Side, top, or bottom when you take a dick pic?
I sent her a soft dick pic. Ooh. A completely soft dick pic. Can you, dude? I'm just like, what the fuck?
I would just do that to test a girl's merit, to test her, to test her kindness and honesty.
Isn't that the dumbest thing you've ever heard of sending a completely soft dick pic?
Yeah.
But all these dudes talking about like, oh my god, she has like a loose vagina, you know?
I feel like you're just admitting to having a small dick if you say that.
No.
Also, let's be real. Unless there's some gapage.
I've never had a loose vagina, but I've had tighter vaginas.
Agreed. But unless there's some gapage, how, like, if somebody sends you a picture of, and it's spread out, how are you gonna know that it's a loose vagine?
Well, like they talked about like fingering her.
Oh. Yeah. And well, how big are fingers?
Oh, I could stick 3 fingers in, no problem. And I'm like,
that's not that crazy.
That's not that crazy. And also, it's more about the horizontal tightness than the vertical tightness. Yeah. You know what I mean? But also, I ended up having sex with this woman.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That is a much happier conclusion to the story than I expected.
And she was not, I'd say she was completely average. I did not feel any...
Are you talking with regard to tightness or with regard to quality of the lay?
Tightness.
Okay.
Tightness.
Like listeners at home, hey, drop a like if you thought that Parker was not going to have sex with this woman, because that's the direction I thought. That's nothing against you.
I ended up having sex with her in a car, which I hate. I'm very bad at car sex. I'm not good at it.
All right, now car sex. Are you rocking backseat, passenger seat, driver's seat?
Backseat. What are your thoughts? You gotta do backseat.
Here's the deal.
I couldn't even imagine doing something not in the backseat.
Here's the deal.
That's not even in. That's like I'm like trying to learn. Like, that's like me trying to learn, like, how to do, like, a front punch. Okay. And you're talking about doing, like, a windmill, like, a windmill roundhouse kick.
The back seat's the easy out. Front seats, or driver seat's the hardest. You do a front...
No,
hold on. I
have questions, but go ahead.
If you recline the seat, you get a little... Like, it's like if you're doing a bump in jiu-jitsu. You get that extra little pop because you can throw your shoulders back. And it's a firm backing.
Fuck do you have sex in the front seat of a car?
Well, so it's generally reverse cowgirl style, but your feet are on the ground. And you...
Hold on, reverse cowgirl. So they're in the same seat as you.
Yeah, so they're essentially...
Okay, that kind of makes sense. Sorry.
They're essentially sitting in your lap.
Chick and she's in the passenger seat, and you're in the front seat.
Yeah.
Ooh, no. Little hill there.
Yeah, there's a little hill.
All right, that's conceivable.
Yeah.
But also, never done it. I'm a backseat guy, and I had terrible car sex with.
Respectfully, Parker, I think your height might be an advantage for backseat loving, because I'm not a tall guy, but my head keeps smacking on the roof.
Well, I'll just say, like, my whole thing. All right, this is my. I probably shouldn't go to this, but I'll tell you it.
All right.
My whole thing with a bed.
Okay, this is private. Nobody will hear this.
Is I got pillows. I put a pillow underneath.
Oh, see, that's
I got different, like...
Ladies, that's how you know Parker's a strong lover. If he's throwing the pillows underneath your cheeks...
It's literally, like, the first thing, if you ever look up how to have better sex, it's, like, put a pillow underneath. It hasn't failed me yet. But, well, it has failed me once or twice. But there's some chicks that don't have a strong... Yeah, but that's because the blue chew didn't come through. They don't have a strong G-spot, you know?
A strong G-spot?
Well, some chicks, like, really like G-spot stuff, and some chicks don't, you know? That's the thing that sucks about women, is that...
Strong start to a sentence.
Well, guys, you jerk a guy off with the same motion every time. But there are women that like their nipples played with. There are women that don't like their nipples played with. There are women that can only come from, like, clit stuff. There are women that, like... can only come from anal. There's some chicks that only like anal.
And some
and it's just some fucking confusing, puzzling mess. And then chicks get mad at you for not understanding it immediately.
No, here's the deal.
And they'll go, I was sending you signals. And it's like, Bitch, you didn't send me jack shit.
Well, some people might think Parker's being stereotyping, being bigoted, whatever, but honestly, he's not wrong. All right, like,
I'm not wrong.
I've been with women who,
and I've made women come before too.
All right, let's not get crazy, but but no, there have been women who during the courtship they've changed their taste. Early on, you're playing with their. Oh, dude, I've had that happen to me.
I've never had.
Early on, they're like play with my, and maybe it's just because I'm bad at one thing and they're trying to coach me onto something new.
Yeah.
But you're playing with their nipples and they're like, yes, this is everything. And then a week later, they're like, I don't like my nipples being played with. I like a finger in my butt. And then you're like, all right, I'll pop a finger in. And then you're like, well, actually, I don't like that. I like.
Hold on, you have to add in the next part too, which I learned is that women have different sensitivities depending on where they're at in their menstrual cycle as well.
All right, now we're pushing it.
No, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. And you can have a chick that loves having her nipples played with, and she'll be like my boobs are achy. Don't play with my nipples.
My boobs are in retrograde. Move on.
And you're just like, how the fuck am I supposed to keep up with this fucking bullshit? Yeah. It's harder than fantasy football, dude. There's more to keep up with.
You don't know who to play.
But
you don't know who to field. You're like, is it a boob day?
But my thing is like the thing with car sex is like, if I have a bed, I have like certain things I do. Also, do you like doing my favorite? I don't know if you like this. Is I am standing off the bed and she's on the bed. You know what I'm talking about?
How short is your bed?
Huh?
How short is your bed?
No, I like drag them to the edge of the bed. That's my favorite.
Damn. Well, I mean, good on you. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a strong enough maybe. Well, I also have short legs relative to my height.
No, it's cheating. Like, it's basically like cheating, like missionary. It's cheating missionary because you can use your like whole like lower half to.
Well, and that's what people say, like,
to generate power.
Yeah, that's like girls with doggy style. They'll be like, "Oh, I like it because it hits my G spot." I think a reason guys say they like doggy style, outside of being able to look at the butt, is you have something to really hang on to. You do what I call the hip hook. You hook the hips with your mitts.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Or if you're with somebody with cheeks, you can grab them onto some cheek.
I don't think you can grab onto cheek for the leverage the same way.
You've been with some scrawny bitches, I suppose.
I guess I don't have the grip strength. That's like palming a basketball, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? You're using it for leverage?
Dude,
the same way you can use the hip hooks?
Oh, my God.
Not even close, dude. Not even fucking close.
Dude, you've never palmed the cheek?
I palmed the cheek, but not that I could grip it to move the woman backwards just from my grip strength.
Well, hey, look, don't penalize me for having some beefy mitts.
Maybe you have like fucking Spider-Man hands and you just like attach. But no. Hold on. I think we're getting confused here. If you hook the legs with your hands, right?
Whoa. The hips, you mean?
The hips.
Yeah.
You can move the hips.
No, you can definitely get more. God damn, this is a weird podcast.
This is a weird podcast.
You can definitely get more thrusting, like we'll call it
not thrusting. I'm not talking about thrusting.
Aggregate impact.
Look at this. I'm talking about I guess it is thrusting. You're thrusting in and you're pulling the hips towards you.
Yeah, it's like you
can't do that if you're gripping the buttock.
Yeah. Well, this train is driving 40 miles an hour one way. The other train's coming 60 miles an hour the other way. What's the total?
I think that's a very good. I like that analogy. That's a very good analogy.
It's like that. All right.
Listen, if you're an average guy like us, you got to figure out techniques like that.
Yeah.
To
no, big
maximize.
Big time. When you're barely clearing the cheeks, you got to figure out how to work it. But no, I don't think you can necessarily get the same. You can get the same thrust from grabbing butt cheek. You just can't get the same pull.
Exactly. Yes.
If you're palming a butt.
100% agree. I thought you were saying you could like palm the buttock, so like.
I mean, I'm pretty strong. I'm just saying this to the guys that don't feel good. I am pretty fucking strong.
You don't have that strong of grip strength. I've never seen you climb a rope or something.
Bro, I could. No, here's the deal.
I used to be able to climb a rope with just my arms, like multiple times in a row. Have you ever seen like movies where they do that shit? I used to be able to do that shit.
Asterisk footnote: Parker calls his dick a rope.
That's true. I call it soap on a rope because I glue hot glue gun soap bars to the end of my.
Oh.
It's a new form of jelking.
Is it?
You know about jelking?
Nope.
You want to learn?
Yes.
Joking is I'm not even kidding you. It's
spell the word.
Jelking.
Unfortunately, that's how I thought it was spelled.
And the verb is to joke.
Okay.
So you can be like, I'm going to joke later today.
It reminds me of the store Belk.
So it's one of the penis enhancement methods.
Okay.
That a lot of bodybuilding forums swear by. I wish that wasn't true, but I know it's true.
Parker, you're going on bodybuilding forums looking to bulk your cock.
Listen, bodybuilding forums are a staple of the old internet. This is from like before 2000s internet. This was around. And basically what you do is imagine all right, this is basically what you do. Your penis has to be soft.
Okay.
To joke. If you get a hard dick, you have to wait till you don't have a hard dick anymore. And basically what you do is you know how when you masturbato, you have an up and down motion?
Right.
Imagine just doing the up motion.
Now, when you say up, do you mean taking your hand away from your body?
Away from your body.
Okay.
Yes. So basically, joking is you have
you're stretching your dick.
You have a soft dick, and you do there's a million different routines, but it's lubed up. It has to be lubed, and you just pull away with a tight grip.
Here's what I like about this, and I think I only like it because you prefaced it with saying that it was in bodybuilding forums.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to imagine a workout routine. He's like, all right, so to work your traps, you're gonna do pull downs. To work like this, and then he's like, and finally, make sure you don't forget to jelk with every exercise.
Ironically, yes, that is a part of the bodybuilding forum. You
awesome.
Nailed it.
We're gonna do deadlifts, chest presses, and of course, joking.
Oh shit!
It's a fucking cop. He had his lights on, but not his whoop whoop.
Unironically, yes, and I believe it is I don't fucking know. This is just what they said on the bodybuilding forums. It is an African technique to get a bigger penis or whatever.
When you say African, that does give it credibility for big penis.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but I don't think it's passed down between,
Dude, I wish when my dad gave me the talk, he's like, now, son, I need to talk to you about jelking.
Literally, there are posts on the bodybuilding forums of dads having talks with their sons where they're like, we're less endowed. We have to do extra exercises to keep up with the rest of people.
So this feels like, look, I don't love that. I feel like I'd rather a touchy uncle than a joking dad.
Well, listen to me. This is my thing. Any penis enhancement thing, it never ends good. Whether you're hanging weights off your dick, which
that's what the guy who briefly had the record for largest penis until they found it was just all this stretched scar tissue hanging off the end of his dick.
It's you can never it's literally the only thing I can compare it to is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
Where
his brother's a dog.
When you try and bring someone back to life and it's a forbidden method and you end up losing one of your limbs, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it is every time. It's anytime they ever have any penis enhancement shit, it's always comes with some ridiculous cost or risk associated with it.
Yeah, it's like when you give a genie a wish that's not specific enough.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's you'll have a bigger penis, but to come, you'll have to
plunge a vibrator betwixt your cheeks. Yeah.
It's it's always a fucking monkey's paw, dude.
Yeah, you know what chicks like a lot less than big dicks? Dicks that don't work.
Yeah, exactly.
So, strong trade-off. Keep that in mind, fellas.
Thank God for Blue Chew, dog.
Yeah.
Thank God they eventually were just oh, you need to talk for 10 minutes with fucking someone who doesn't speak English but has a
pretend degree.
Yeah. And then they go, okay, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I feel like
no one checks if you're lying, too.
I honestly would love it if the Blue Chew... here's the deal. I've admittedly never used any kind of penis booster, but...
Like a Blue Chew?
I'm curious, I would admit. I've had a boner or two that I feel isn't quite up to snuff for certain. I'd like that insurance, all right?
Sometimes, you're a modern man.
Yeah. Are we doing an ad read?
You're a modern man.
You're a modern man.
You watch too much pornography.
And now your dick don't work.
Now your dick barely gets hard, and if it does, it has to be hyper-specific to the last anime you watched.
You remember when you were 14 and a half and you had that morning wood every day? Imagine that, but before, you don't satisfy your woman still. Yeah.
Well, try Blue Chew today.
Tree in the Road on 27, everybody. Street update. We haven't done one in a while. But hold on. We were talking about Blue Chew. Oh, no, the Blue Chew hotline. I wish you could call in and be like, yo, like, they'd just be like, yo, your dick work? And you'd be like, nah. That was the whole conversation. Yo, your dick work?
My dick be broke as fuck, though.
Yo, my dick straight up sometimes be not straight up.
That's like the whole thing is like they just make you admit. You'd be like, I'm having trouble getting an erection. They're like, nah, you have to say the line. And you're like, my dick broke. And
my dick broke.
They're like, say it like you mean it.
My dick broke.
My dick broke. And they're like, okay. We'll send you the pills.
Previously, my dick worked. Currently, my dick no work. Fix dick?
Fix the dick?
Yeah.
I've popped the Blue Chew a couple times.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is it's not that you need it. It's, for me at least, it's not that I need it, but it takes any of the guessing out. And it's also like the difference between like 80% hard to like 110% hard too. You know what I mean?
That extra 10% is what pushes them over the edge.
Oh, well, if you've ever like, I've had it happen where I've gotten whiskey dick, where you're like having sex with a woman, and things start to soften. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the entire fucking world. You know what I mean?
Dude, no, there's nothing.
And you just go, fuck.
Well, that's the thing, and people might not like this, but women do kind of have an advantage, because if they're not super in the mood, you just kind of get some lube, get some spit, figure it out. Guys, it's hard to lube in a soft dick.
I mean, what are you going to do? Tape popsicle sticks to the top of the bottom? I've never done that.
Yeah, no, never. But it does offer serious structural support.
Comes over to your house, and they're just like, why are there popsicle sticks everywhere? Shut the fuck up.
I'm building a I'm building a drawbridge.
Yeah.
Mind your business,
bitch.
Hey,
how about you do a little bit less of the judgy and more of the sucky, bitch?
Yeah.
If I have a soft dick, it's because you're ugly. It definitely has nothing to do with how much pornography I watch.
Call me a feminist. But guys who are like, well, it's your fault I'm not hard. Bruh, if you're not attracted, don't be fucking.
I think it's just porn, dude. I think it's porn is literally like literally is probably in some ways worse for you than alcohol or drugs.
Look, as a aficionado, and I agree.
I use it myself all the time.
No,
but it isn't healthy.
I agree, because honestly, and like there's things that I watch in porn I would never want to do with my long-term partner.
Oh, of course.
You're like, oh, and I think you just get so desensitized to stuff.
Well, that's the thing. It's almost like an addiction where it's like you go from watching like a still image of a woman with her tits out to, I don't even want to say.
Yeah, I'm kind of to the point now where I don't think softcore porn should be considered porn. That's a damn music video.
Oh, totally. It's cinematography.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, it probably fucked up a lot of people. I think when it was hard to get...
Oh, I'm for real fucked.
I think when it was hard to get, that was fine. Or when it was in a magazine, okay. But when it's like, you can just type in your exact desire, and there are 30,000 videos of it.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best.
Yeah, if you can be like, a girl gets shorts pulled to side and fucked with dick that is exactly 7.36 inches.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that does take away from it. But... Speaking of taking away from it,
or like my favorite, parents tell their kid they love them.
Yeah, no, dude, I fucking beat my dick to that shit. But anyway, speaking of stuff we beat our dick to, this is the end of the podcast today. I hope you guys are enjoying season 2. This is episode 4 of season 2. Let's keep on rocking in the free world.
Woo!
And bye.
Bye.